Push the button.
Yo, Reggie, what up?
What's up, Mr. 411? What's up, man?
Yes, sir, man. The greatest WrestleMania of all time is behind us, way behind us. But we had some things we had to take care of, and we give the people what we say we're gonna give them, and we're gonna make sure we put a pretty bow on WrestleMania 40, and then we'll talk about the aftermath of WrestleMania 40. And that's what we're gonna do on Turnbuckle Talk on today, on this beautiful day, May the 16th of 2024. Rich, you wanted to get it
Yes,
in?
sir. Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's get it in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is. We here.
We
Turnbuckle
back.
Talk. We're
Yes,
back,
sir.
Reggie. So let's go
Yes,
ahead and
sir.
jump right into it. Let's thank everybody for tuning in. Hit that like, subscribe, notification bell, share, because sharing is caring. Check us out on TikTok, MysterFourOneone, Mr. 411. Same thing on Instagram. Then on YouTube, just type in the digits 411, type in the words sports world, and we're on YouTube. And that's currently where we are now. We're also on the simulcast on Surge TV. So we appreciate Surge TV and all the things that they're doing for us as well. All right, Reg, we got the business out the way. WrestleMania 40, man. What's your initial thoughts? And then we'll hit whatever matches you want to hit.
Oh, overall, it was a good WrestleMania. It was a great WrestleMania, historic WrestleMania. I'm still recovering. That's why we had a layoff. Still recovering. Mind blown that my tribal chief is no longer the champion.
Wow.
But that was a great moment, and it's so much to talk about just from that moment. But there was some other bangers put on as well. With night one, with the tribal chief and the final boss beating Seth and Cody the first night to get the advantage for the second night. So I felt good going to the second night about that particular situation.
Right.
We also had a new champ crown. Drew McIntyre won the belt for how many? How long did he have it? Did he have it for
I
hours?
think it was 5 minutes or something like that. Wasn't too long. It was long enough for him to celebrate with his wife, you know, get that moment. And I think him and Seth had a little, tip of the cap to one another,
Mm,
showing a little appreciation there. Word on the street, Seth Rollins was definitely ailing with a major injury, which we found
right.
out after WrestleMania he's had to miss time. Uh, and but also I guess a tip of the cap to you know, for for our guy there,
Damian.
not having that
Oh,
moment that he didn't get to have, Drew McIntyre, that he didn't get to have, in front of the crowd, even though he did it in a heel for fashion this time,
he
still gets the
still ain't got
moment.
his ball yet, man. Come on, in 5 minutes, he still ain't
Hey
got
man, it goes into
it.
the record books as another world championship for him. Yeah,
Yeah. It does. I mean, he can't. He celebrated a bit too much. He could have just celebrated in the ring, but he had to shove it in CM Punk's face, and
yeah,
he had enough when he gave him that old DX second sign and he chopped him off that table. And then Damian Priest. People been waiting a long time for Damian Priest to cash in the belt. A lot of people thought he should cash in on Seth, but it rated perfect time,
yeah,
perfect opportunity. WrestleMania, big spotlight. Uh, One of my favorite new finishing moves, the South of Heaven choke
yeah,
slam
yeah, yeah.
on Drew McIntyre to get the 1, 2, 3 and to win that belt. So that was amazing in itself right there.
Oh, absolutely. So all that ties in together. The payoff for Damian Priest. Well deserved there, doing a great job, especially with that faction Judgment Day. Got to give Edge
Right.
credit. Edge put that faction together, and he gracefully stepped to the side, and the new breed, the younger crew, the new generation of WWE, they are able to carry on with that faction as Edge moves on to to work elsewhere. And so we gotta still give Edge his flowers on that, because that was his brainchild there, Judgment Day. And it really boosted a lot of those members in there, all the
Every
way
one of
from,
them.
yeah, every
Yeah.
last one of them, actually. Yeah, you're right. Um, so with that said, let's see,
Now we got a women's title change
women's
also.
championship. Yeah, the women's championship. Okay. So we had a change there. Bailey defeated Io Sky, won the championship. I thought it was a good match. And it was good for Bailey to get that moment.
Keep talking. I'm coming right back.
Yeah. Yeah, it was good for Bailey to get that moment against Io Sky for the women's championship there. It was well deserved. She started, had obviously she brought them back, Io Sky and all them in SummerSlam over a year or so ago. And, for her to start that faction, they wreak havoc for a long time. And then for the faction to turn on Bailey, and then you run another program where Bailey is now eventually the champion. It was excellent, and I enjoyed that. And it was a big moment for Bailey. And we also learned that Bailey, her character, she didn't go back to the character, pre whatever she turned into now. But she had those big old blow up dolls and all that stuff that she was, used to be that kid friendly. She's not that Bailey. She's still kind of the same Bailey, just with a different attitude, and I think that was great. Yeah, so good job there. Man, what else you want to highlight in there? Let's see, Bubba Ray Dudley showed up for a spot there. I thought that was cool. With a street fight match, Philadelphia street fight match there with Bobby Lashley's faction winning over Karrion Kross faction. Yeah.
And I made a mistake because we were baby behind. It wasn't that night, but we also had a women's tag team title change recently as well.
you passed one. You passed one to another Premier Live event, didn't you?
You know what? I forgot that we did miss too. Oh my goodness, y'all! I've been behind. I really forgot that we missed Backlash too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but we did have a women's change. We had a change with Bailey winning, and then Rhea Ripley. She defended against. Or did she? Yeah, she defended against Becky Lynch, and Becky fell short there. And Becky was under the weather in that with a huge fever or something going on. But it was still an excellent match. They did a good job, good match. I'm glad that Rhea was able to retain, and we'll talk more about her in a minute. But anything else you want to talk about on night one, outside of the main event? Because we definitely got to jump to that.
No, not outside of the main event. It's pretty much in my memory is not that good, so we can jump.
Okay, Bo, I will say this before the main event, and I can't tell you what night it was, but Sami Zayn defeats Gunther, Intercontinental Championship.
Why'd you have to bring it up? We could have.
Hey.
I thought that was night one, but yeah, that was a night. It was a really, really, really good match. Really good match.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
I can't even knock the match, but the fact that not seeing Gunther anymore with that Intercontinental belt, I gotta get used to it, man. I gotta get used to it.
Yeah, I mean it's tough, man, to not see him with it because he had it for so long, and
right.
But that's good for Sami Zayn, right? That's two WrestleManias in a row, tag team championship, main event. Defeating the Usos along with his partner Kevin Owens. That was huge, and that was a tag team match that it was like no other, right? That was probably the biggest tag team match, in probably in the history. I'm talking about for tag team championships. You know what I mean?
Right. I know we had the main event night one this year with the tag team belt, but last year's belt for the belts actually felt a little bit bigger. I don't know what it was. I guess it was that Sami just had turned on the bloodline
Hmm.
for that
Yeah.
bit a little bit, but that was definitely one of the best matches, tag team matches I have seen in a while.
Yeah, that's historic. So speaking of tag teams, right? You had the main event, night one, Roman, the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, and The Rock, going against Cody and Seth. What are your thoughts on that, man?
It was actually a really good match, and I was surprised how good The Rock looked in that match. He looked like he was really ready to bring it, and I thought Roman would carry the match. But to me, maybe because Roman had match night two, to me, Rock kind of carried that match, and the storyline was built around him. I guess because that was his time to shine. So it was definitely a good match, and for The Rock, it was a good match, and also it set up a lot of things as well because we had the mid spear which rocked so well. It was crazy. Like his insides came out when Roman
Yeah,
speared him. So that set up maybe that is going to be in the future because we haven't heard. Well, we heard from Rock the next night, but we don't know where he's going to go if he comes back. And then of course we still have Roman asked for a rematch with Cody. Uh, where Seth gonna when he comes back, where is he gonna fit into things? So it's set up a lot
yeah,
for the future.
yeah, absolutely. And I'll say this too, man. For that, again, that's one of the big tag matches too in the history of WWE. Um, and they did have stipulations on it, so I like that part of it. Now, we both thought that. I guess we both thought the Bloodline was going to win. I got to go back and review the film, but
Yeah, we both thought they would win that first
okay,
night.
all right, good. So after further review, we both did say that. So, but I will say this: like nothing is done by accident, and we'll get into night two. When we get to night two main event, we'll talk about that. Just remind me about that. Nothing happens
Yeah,
by
because I want to
accident.
know about why you said that. Now it got me kind of worried why you said
Yeah,
that. Now, I know you
yeah,
going. I think you going because I think that
yeah,
was an accident. I don't think that
yeah.
was
And
meant to be.
they're not doing anything. One thing I have learned about this this new era, if you will, is that they are really planting a lot of seeds, and it'll come back to you. Be like, oh, okay, damn, I remember that happened.
Yeah.
That makes sense as to why that happened now. But
Hey,
like, but for that match, The Rock,
mhm.
Roman, I mean, they it looked like they should win. You know what I'm saying? Both of them coming
Right.
to the arena. Uh, I'm curious about what's up with this belt. I know he was presented the belt, the People's Champion belt, and it's a nice looking belt. It's not like an official championship belt, but
Right.
it's kind of cool to see another belt floating around. Um, we'll see where it goes with that belt, or if it's just like a little title that he's gonna carry around with him. Um,
Let's hit on that for 1 second before we move.
Go
Do
ahead.
you like that idea of him having that belt? Because I didn't really like the idea of him having that belt. Not right then. I mean, yeah, he's a people champion, but
Yeah.
he kind of came in the ring like, hey, I need something. I can't just go out here naked, y'all. I need something.
Well,
So I wasn't a big fan of him
okay.
having it. Man.
Well, good. That's what we got. This is probably a good stopping point for that discussion, as you said. So, on my end of it, I look at it like, okay, The Rock is egotistical, right? He had at first he was like going to be a face, but obviously, I mean, he switched to heel, and he's like heel turned to the max now. And what kind of egotistical thing can you display then to have your own belt?
That
Like,
is
just have
true.
a belt and you ain't even beat nobody for it. Like, you you walking around with it. Because yes, he was presented this, I think, at the Hall of Fame or something like
All
that.
the same, right.
And you're right. It does feel like, hey, why am I walk? I gotta walk down to the ring with something. And I think that's what makes it like, for me, that's what makes it like, okay, it's kind of interesting to see him walk around with this, because it's not like he won the belt or anything like that, and he already had the title as the People's Champion. So
Right.
so to me, it kind of falls right into that ego, because he is just over the like TKO, he's on that board and all that stuff. So that's why.
You're very convinced because you know what? He is the people's champion, so why not have something to actually represent that?
Yeah, but
So,
going back to what you said, do you have to have something though? So I
no,
think that's why it makes
it's
it
like
crazy.
everybody else has a bill. I need to walk out there with something. Come on, guys. I'm the the boss. I'm the final boss. I gotta have something.
But I'll
So
tell you
yeah, that
what,
was
it'd be
so.
crazy if eventually, let's just say somebody beats him for that belt. Like it'd be
You
crazy.
know what I
You
did?
never really won the belt.
You already got to thought about that.
Okay, okay, all
Yeah,
right.
you
So
already got to thought about that.
yeah, so that's our discuss. That's what we think about with that belt. But still, like The Rock and Roman, they look like they, super tough. I just couldn't see how they would lose. Um, did that take away from the night two though for you? Did it take away? Not that we're gonna get into night two, but did it take away like okay, since The
I
Rock and
thought,
Roman
you know what
won,
I
do you
thought
think?
it did. Yeah, at first I was like, I'm not gonna watch this because I wanted to see Cody and Roman the first time 1-on-1. But I
Yeah,
did end up watching it, and it really didn't take anything away from it, from night two for me. Night two was it was a straight up match until shenanigans happened. But no, it didn't. They had enough stuff for night two that it looked totally different, and it looked totally different from the match they had last year. So yeah, it was a good rematch.
okay. So what do you think about night two then? Any any,
I
any
think
kind
you
of
said.
any kind of things you want to really get into for night two? I know.
uh, no, not. I'm trying to think about what's going to really.
I know.
It looks like from night two, the main storyline still is the main event because, of course, we have a new champion, so that's rolls off of there. Everybody else kind of WrestleMania is usually the reset, and I think everybody else pretty much reset it after winning titles and things like that. With the Bloodline, of course, we still have that storyline going on now, so it's not a reset, so to speak. Cody's off to his journey. The only thing with night two is just gonna sound really crazy coming from me. I think it was unfair that Cody had all that help, man.
Ah, hey,
I really think it was
after
unfair
all the
that
help that
Cody
Roman has had
had.
for the
Yeah, yeah,
last 4 years.
right. I really think I know that it sounds like hypocrisy, but no, I really think that he had too much help.
Well,
I
he did
mean,
actually. I mean, come
yeah,
on, Undertaker,
Cena,
Cena. You know,
Phil,
yeah, and then obviously his tag team partner. Well, yeah, from the night before with Seth. And let's
right,
talk about those things real quick, Reggie. So, Cena. I like how they tied it back though, because Solo has always been the enforcer and helping Roman win ever since he was
right,
introduced, right? And how ironic he helped Roman survive Drew McIntyre of all people, and then like
right.
but Cena was taken out by Solo,
Hmm.
a couple of premium live events prior to that. And so for him to get his comeuppance against Solo, that was interesting. That was a good part there. And then, but for man, the Undertaker, what do you think about the Undertaker taking out the Rock like that?
I think that was. This is me speaking truthful. I think that was messed up, man.
Oh wow.
I really think that was messed up. I mean, they won up them with a blast from the past. Somebody out of his history books to come out when that bell tolls. That's the end for a lot of people. So once he took out the final boss, I was like, "Ain't no way Roman gonna win this match, man."
Yeah,
And
man. That felt
even right now, man, we some weeks away from it. Even going back and thinking about it, I'm like, it wasn't right, man.
hey,
It
hey,
really wasn't right.
but the one thing Roman can say is, hey, I lost the belt, but it took a
Right.
nation or an army to beat me, right? To take me out. That's what he can always live off of. But you're right. I mean, Undertaker, man. I mean, you had to bring somebody as big as The Rock. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To take him down. A lot of people thought it might have been Stone Cold.
Right.
But I'll take Undertaker. Undertaker
Yeah,
is
I
WWE.
think right,
Yeah.
right. He truly is. He is WWE. Another thing I thought about, I was like, is Triple H going to come out there? Because he had to run in with Rock a few weeks before that. I was like, is Triple H probably going to come out
Oh, that would have
there?
been interesting. Yeah.
That would have been interesting. I know he has the heart condition, so probably didn't want to push it.
Yeah.
But overall, they did. A lot of people say they overbooked it, but I think it deserved that overbooking because it was so big, such a historic moment.
Right. I mean, it's bloodline rules. Anything goes. I mean, this is the kind of
Well,
stuff that can happen now in an anything goes situation. And the fans were able to get, the treat of seeing Cena. Like technically Cena is that add another main event for Cena, right? He was a part of it.
right.
Add another main event for the Undertaker. He was a part of it. Add another
Has he
event for the
missed
Rock.
one? I think he's wrestled at. I forgot how many WrestleManias in a row.
For who?
Cena.
Cena? Oh yeah.
Yeah,
We'll put
yeah,
it in the comment section and we could do
yeah,
that.
yeah.
We just
But
make sure Mr. 411 get the people to put that in there, and then we'll put that in there. That's that. But hey,
and that actually, I'm saying it's unfair, but it's unfair to Roman, but it's fair to Cody that how those legends put him over like that. So that definitely helped Cody with his legacy
hey man, the MVP of that match, Seth Rollins.
of the night of WrestleMania. Of really Seth Rollins for the last year and a half. That guy has he's been the MVP to me. I know Roman has held the belt for the last 3 or 4 years, but when it comes to what they say workhorses, Seth Rollins really put the WWE on his back the last couple of years for me.
Yeah,
He's been the guy. He's been that guy.
yeah,
He's
because you
been
remember.
really, you know what? He's been the Undertaker for this generation to me.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah,
That's how I view Seth Rollins now.
yeah, and for Seth, I think I mentioned this before. I thought that he might be the one to turn his back on Cody
Okay.
and mess this thing up. That didn't turn out to be the case. But then he got picked on in Vegas. Roman kept calling him little brother and you dress like your
Right.
wife and all this stuff,
Right.
right? And it seemed like everybody was talking about when they had that big thing right before the Super Bowl in Vegas, and it felt like Seth was the one that was like out of place with
Out of
all
place.
those
Right.
guys up there. And how about in that main event, Cody versus Roman, that moment where Roman had the chair, had the opportunity to take Cody out, and he decided to use the chair and take out Seth,
Right.
going back to when Seth turned on Roman 10 years prior or so, whatever, however long ago it was now with the Shield. And
Right.
that moment right there, that has that decision that Roman made, and he's always been calculated all this time and making the right moves. The one time he lost his focus and made the wrong move, it cost him his title.
That was the wrong move in all logic. That was the
For the
wrong
belt.
move
Yeah.
for the belt. That was the wrong move. But I understand
Yeah.
why, and I look back on it. I actually sent a video on it. Seth has been a thorn in Roman's career.
Yep.
The first time Roman had an opportunity at the belt, it was versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, and guess who cashed in on it?
Yeah. Seth. Yeah.
Seth Rollins. So every opportunity Seth had to screw Roman, he screwed him. And then Roman, every time he's had the opportunity to one up Seth, he always lets something else get to him.
Yeah.
Even that one-on-one match they had, I think it was Royal Rumble, where
Oh yeah.
he could have just beat Seth, but he got him in a guillotine. Ref tried to stop him, and it just something took over, and he got the DQ
Yep.
instead of just beating him clean. It just something takes over every time he's in the ring with Seth.
Reggie, you just brought up something that's very important. Okay. And just listen to what you said. So Roman lost by DQ, lost focus, lost the
Mm-hmm.
championship against Seth. I mean, because he hit Seth with the chair instead of Cody, right?
Right.
Um, had his back turned on him by Seth as a shield. This is long. This is a long way from being over. Somewhere
Yeah.
down, they're gonna have to have some kind of series or something in the future when Seth returns. Like,
Yeah. And I definitely think that although Roman, he's the tribal chief with the championship, his focus when he comes back might be Seth Rollins, and it might
yeah,
not be Cody. It might
yeah,
not be Cody.
yeah,
So they're gonna have to. I don't know what kind of match. I know they can have the Hell in a Cell or whatever. They might have to invent some new stuff because it's so deep between
Yeah,
those two.
yeah. And hey, let's see what else. Let's talk about the tag team championship. So they end up being two new sets of tag team champions.
Great,
Uh,
great. I'm glad they
Awesome
split.
Truth, and then also A Town Down Under. So what do you think about them splitting up the belts?
I think that was a great idea because each brand does need its representative for the championship, and we have so many great tag teams out there that Lorraine Spot is coming. We have
Yeah, Spivey's
many
funny.
great tag teams out there that could represent the WWE. Uh, they're great tag teams. I love Austin Theory. Grayson Waller is cool. I think there's some better tag teams,
Yeah,
but I understand why they took the belts off of them, give them a little shine until somebody else takes the belt away from them. But our truth is well deserved for our truth, though. Well deserved for our truth. That guy, uh, he's been in the sport for a long time, and he's still getting some runs in.
yeah,
Oh
and
yeah,
and
Rob. I love those belts too. I love those belts.
yeah, and we love those Spivey. Yeah, great point. That them belts, like the SmackDown ones, they're nice. And shout out to Spivey, big wrestling guy there. He always drops that knowledge, and he has an open invitation. So Spivey, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see him from time to time. But he definitely has an open invitation to Turnbuckle Talk to be in here. And but hey, it is good to see
Dangerous
our truth.
spot.
We saw our truth win.
We saw our Juice this past Sunday. Happy belated Mother's Day. Our Mother's Day. We
Yes.
spent it at the local Macon Coliseum here. Great card. We seen the champion Cody Rhodes. Look, I think all the belts were defended except for Becky's belt,
Yeah.
but everybody retained their belt. But they put on some competitive matches where we didn't know who was going to win. We had a couple of King of the Ring matches, a
Yeah.
great street fight that I didn't know was on the card with Liv and my girl Nia Jax.
Yeah, that was a good match.
Yeah, that was a good match and great match. I wish the fans would have got an opportunity to see that Kofi Kingston versus Rey Mysterio match because that was a nice match.
Yeah, that was a good match. Remind me of when Coco Beware and Tito Santana had a match at Madison Square Garden when you had the two faces going at each other.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
they didn't get dirty. Well, yeah, they did. They got a little dirty during that
I
match.
love that. Yeah,
Yeah, they got a little dirty in that match, but at the end, they kind of took care of things. I'll tell you what. But yeah, that live event was fun. As you said, the AJ Styles and Cody match was very good. Spivey would have loved that because of how we talked about it, how they just really put the lights right
right.
over them. Like
Dim the
really, they
light.
take you back to the
Dim
old
the light
days.
spotlight on the match, man. That was kind of like cinematic. Like they was shooting a movie for that match or something.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was good, man. And then Jade, did her thing. Came in and saved Bailey when she was getting double teamed um by the faction,
Damage control.
damage
Damage
control
control.
faction, right? So that was good too. Now, with the fallout of WrestleMania, Cody's the champion. Looks like he's a fighting champion because he's done
Right.
defended this belt. I don't know how many times already. But with that fallout, like we gotta talk about a little bit about what's next, what's down the pike. We'll go ahead and throw this in now. There are new women tag team champions with Bianca and Jade. We both think they're going to be a monster team. Um, Congrats to them. Now, but what do you think is going to happen next with the bloodline? Because that's what Spivey is actually asking us. What do you think about any thoughts on Jacob Fatu debuting and also just that bloodline 2.0? What do you think about that with
Right.
Solo leading the way? What do you think?
Right. Like you said, the fallout from WrestleMania, the next night, Jacob came out. Not Jacob, I'm sorry. Solo came out with Paul Heyman and Jimmy Uso the next night, and uh, everybody's down on their luck, and Solo steps up, says we don't have losers in the bloodline, and targets Jimmy and kind of takes him out, and also we get a surprise another addition with I forgot his name, Toga
Yeah.
Tonga
Yeah, that's good
coming
enough.
in. You're right. There's so many of them coming in.
Haku kids.
Right, Hakuki is coming in there and taking out Jimmy. So already Solo, got his partner. He don't need his real brothers. Uh, he got it like his cousins there. I think they're in the bloodline, so it's kind of like his cousin he got there. Which then they come Black Backlash. They feud with RKO, not RKO. I want to give them a name with so many R's and K's, but
RKO's. But
yeah,
yeah,
right. But
Orton and Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens. With that match, and there was another surprise with Tamatola, another brother coming in to help. Now that's where Dangerous Tyrone Spivey said, I was thinking that would be the debut of Jacob, but instead we get Tamatola, which is another member. So there's three now, and we're waiting to see is Jacob going to come. But also, I don't know if you know this, Bobby. They have another brother as well. Hikaloa, I think his name is. The dude's like 7 foot tall. So if he joins too, that's four members under Solo, and then you have what's his name, Paul Heyman. He don't know what to do. He wants to call Roman, but Solo
You can't.
looking at him. He looking at him like you dialed that number, and you really gonna be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna put you there, put you there permanently. So this Bloodline 2.0 thing is kind of unhinged, and I hope Solo himself can hold it down. We talking
Interesting.
about we talking about some wild cats there. So I hope Solo can hold it down. I'm trying to see where it's going to go. At first, I wasn't too interested in it, but now I'm kind of interested in when they got Tamatola added to it with the three of them. So we're going to see where that goes. And
it's perfect.
We'll see will it spin back around to Cody too.
Yeah, and it's perfect timing though, because think about The Rock is filming that MMA movie that he's filming now. Roman's time off right now. So while they're away, we have this forming and building up, in between, right? So you got this going on. You still got Paul Heyman, which is that thread to Roman, and you can see in Paul Roman.
My phone dying. I got to get it on the charger.
Okay. Well, you can still see in the in the facials and the facial expressions and everything from Paul Heyman that this isn't something that was planned. You know what I'm saying? So they letting you know that Solo is actually going off on his own right now, unhinged, doing his thing. So it'll be good to see where it's going. We need to talk about Jacob Fatu when you get back. But yeah, Spivey is right, man. The bloodline is is staggering. It's a lot, man. They got a lot of members, man. And this thing can go. I mean, we all know it, but it can go on for years and years, man, with this thing. But we'll definitely see how that's going to go. We're going to take a real short break here. I'm talking about real short, and we'll be right back. Spivey, because we're going to also talk about that the question that Spivey had about the Coliseum, making Coliseum as well. So just hold tight for us. We'll be right back. Got to run a quick ad or two, and then we're going to take care of the back end of the show.
Is it time for massage? Of course. Come on out to the best of the best day spa in Miller, Georgia. Heavenly Spa Mobile is located at 2484 Ingleside Avenue, Building A, Suite 101A. You may go online to heavenlyspamobile.com to see my availability and schedule your future appointment online. Don't wait too late. You might miss out. Look forward to seeing you soon. Happy pampering.
Hey, what's going on? Ernest Bush Jr., CEO and President of East Bush Jr. Boxing Promotion. Over here off of Mercy University Drive, 3555 Mercy University Drive. You want some real good personal training? Meet your goals? Come see me. I can put you to work. Get those goals. Like I said, I'm located over here off of Mercer University Drive, over here in the Mercer Crossing Shopping Center. I'm open every day from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. The number over here is 478-254-5442. Or, if you're serious, you can reach me at my cell, 478-319-1502. Come be a part of a real boxing gym. Everything is real in here. Real trainer, real promoter. I promote pro shows in the city. But what I do best is personal training. I can get you in the best shape of your life. Give me a holler, man. Ladies, men, come holler at me. Self-defense, anti-bullying. I also work with kids, starting from the age of 4 years old. That's right, 4. 4 to 7, and 8 to 16. Come shop with me. Have a great day.
Imagine a fulfilling career as an orthodontic assistant that is fast, affordable, and convenient, that provides the freedom you desire. Welcome to the School of Orthodontic Assisting. As Georgia's only in-person, hands-on education center for orthodontic assisting with over 40 years combined experience, we understand the constant demand for experienced orthodontic assistants. By not taking the steps to gain the necessary education and hands-on experience, you risk missing out on a life-changing opportunity and the chance to secure a financially stable future.
That's why we created the School of Orthodontic Assisting. Our 8-week comprehensive program is designed to fast-track your career, equipping you with the skills and knowledge needed to become a highly skilled orthodontic assistant.
Once you graduate, you will have the opportunity to enjoy a fulfilling career as an X-ray certified orthodontic assistant. If you're worried about fitting the program into your busy schedule, we've made it easy for you. Once accepted, you simply pick the dates that work best for you, and we'll take care of the rest. Enrollment is limited, so don't miss out on the opportunity to transform your life and career. Act now and secure your spot in our next class.
Visit our website at gasoa.net to learn more about our program and to apply. If you're already on the website, click the Apply Now button to start your enrollment process. It's time to stop searching and start building a successful career in orthodontics. Take control of your future by enrolling in the School of Orthodontic Assisting today and experience the hope and confidence that comes with pursuing your dream career.
All right, we're back, and Reggie's back as well. Couldn't time that any better. We thank all the sponsors and everybody involved helping with Turnbuckle Talk. So Reggie, we were talking about the bloodline, new bloodline. You saying that you're now in with it. File 2. Before we move on from that, what do you think about File 2? What do you think direction they may go with him?
If he does come, I don't know. I'm kind of with Spivey what he's saying about him going against.
Yep, by going against the bloodline. All right, we'll get him back in here in a minute. Reggie. So he's kind of in line with you on that one, Spivey. We'll get him back in a second. But hey, let's jump back to the Coliseum. Yeah, the crowd, man, it was a nice crowd there at the Coliseum. The historic Macon Coliseum. It was not a complete sellout, but it was Mother's Day as well. But I'll tell you this, it was a loud crowd, a live crowd. They were really into it. There were moments in there where people was getting real loud, and except for the very tippy top area all the way around, man, it was a lot of people there, man, and it was great. It was fun. Let's go to the next question here that you had. About Chad Gable. He was asking about Chad Gable. And I do feel like, hey, that heel turn, I think it's going to fit well. It does remind me of the Varsity Club. Definitely does. So yeah, Chad Gable, man, I think this is going to be good for him. And the Gunther challenge. You want to see him challenge for the WWE Championship? Yes. It's going to happen. Uh, it's not if, it's just when, and we'll see. But yeah, Gunther's definitely world champion material. And hey, when he finally does win it, whichever one he wins, he's gonna hold it for a while. So we will buckle up and get ready for that. I would like to see him and Cody. Definitely would like to see that. And let's see what else is going on here. Let's get another question there. I mean, comment. Hey, revamp of the championship. Okay. Hey, put in the comment section, Spivey, what type of revamp you would like to see on the WWE Championship. We saw the World Championship, and man, it looks really good live. Like that belt looks really good live. Damian Priest, that belt is really nice. The WWE, the Undisputed Championship, the one that Cody has. I mean, I like it. I'm cool with it. But we'd like to see what kind of suggestions, what kind of ideas you have. Here's the image of it right here. I like that gold kind of color there. And of course that W right there for WWE. I'm cool with the belt. I kind of like it. Let's see what else you have here before we roll out of here. All right. We appreciate your comments there, man. Yep. We appreciate that, man. We try to work hard, man. We got to get you on, man. I know you think that we're Jim Ross and Tony Schiavone. Hey, that's great, man. But look, we can get you on here, and we had that 3-man panel. And Spivey, definitely appreciate all the comments, man. You got to come in because you got to educate us on Black Saturday. So we need to do that episode, and we'll talk about Black Saturday. All right. So for Reggie, I am Mr. 411. We thank everybody. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, the notification bell. Make sure you share because sharing is caring. Check us out on TikTok. Type in Mr. 411. Okay. Check that out. All right. TikTok, Mr. 411. Hit that QR code. All right. Make sure you do that for us. Same thing on Instagram, Mr. 411. And please do that for us as well. And we definitely appreciate that. On YouTube, make sure you type in the digits 411, the words Sports World. Make sure you do that for us. Really appreciate that. And Reggie.
Okay, go.
Reggie, before we roll out, Reggie, go ahead and give your thoughts on Chad Gable and Gunther. Give us your thoughts on Chad Gable and Gunther, and then we out of here.
You mean the match, or I want to say something about Chad Gable real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Our very last episode, I wanted to say something about Chad Gable, and I was wondering would they do that. I wanted Chad Gable to turn back heel, and I wanted him to turn heel with an attitude, and I liked the way they turned him. Now he has an attitude. He's more serious. So I do think he's on the way to get the championship belt again, the Intercontinental Championship belt. And I think if he keeps the same role, hopefully that'll prepare him to the WWE title or the Undisputed title. As far as Gunther, I don't know what they do next with Gunther. I know a lot of people want Gunther to win the King of the Ring, but I'm not sure if he'll win the King of the Ring. If we get a show before the King of the Ring, I'm going to pick my King of the Ring winner because I don't think it's going to be Gunther. But I do think Gunther he's going to probably go after Cody, but I could see him going after Damian Priest also. Right now, I'm just watching what they do with Gunther after this King of the Ring that's coming up.
Yeah. And I had mentioned it a little bit earlier. I do see Gunther at some point becoming the champion. Not sure which one, but once he becomes champion, he's going to be champion he's going to have a serious run at it. So, everybody need to take advantage while they can before he gets it.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be that's why I don't think they put him against Cody right out the bat, because I think they're going to let Cody have his run, but Gunther is really going to have a run that actually may get up there with Roman's run. because it would go down in history if he. Just think about it. If they let him have the longest reigning Intercontinental belt, then he gets one of those other titles and be the longest reigning champion with that title too. Because I think he's that good that he can do that.
Oh, he is. I mean, WWE stacked, man. I mean, it's stacked with people who can be champion right now. I wouldn't mind them even taking their time before Gunther wins it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty of room and plenty of time right now. And there's some good matches that Gunther can have on the way before he does get there. I think, man, what kind of credit you think he would get for to be the one to dethrone Cody? Like, imagine that. So
yeah. So
imagine him beating Cody.
Cody better, savor his time as champion, which he is. I mean, he's already defended a couple of times. Then he got the match at King of the Ring that we got to talk about. And I want to talk about King of the Ring our next episode because I got to say something about the person that I want to win, that I think is going to win.
Very good. Let's do that. And remember earlier I was saying like things are not done by accident. You know what I'm saying? And that going back to that, I was referring to how Seth, kind of screwed over Roman again, at the end, and just how they tied that back together was very interesting. So
hold on, before we go, what are you? Because I got another thought for you. How are you thinking they're going to tie that in?
Well, I think Roman's going to come back and like you said,
close the door.
You got some fans back there, but yeah, like
I'm sorry, I should have used that.
no, that's bad news. Bad news. Reggie has his fans, but yeah. So like, I just think that's what's going to be. The focus is going to be Roman going to focus on Seth, like because Seth is the reason why he lost in his mind. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like,
Stop right there. Hold up. Stop right there where you said he's the reason why Roman lost, but he is also the reason Cody won.
Yes.
So does he throw that in Cody's face? You may have beat me a couple of times, but you wouldn't have beat Roman if I didn't help you.
Wow. Oh, you think? See, Seth. At some point, Seth is he's gonna turn too. So there's all kind of challenges that Cody. I mean, there's some great stuff that's gonna happen with Cody, man. It already with AJ Styles. We barely even talked about that. I mean, we don't have enough time, Reggie, but like AJ Styles and Cody, what a match. And like right out the bat, that's a excellent challenger to defend it against. And it's just crazy, man. It's gonna go nowhere but higher. But yeah, we need to go ahead and preview that King of the Ring. We'll get that in. So make sure if you hit that subscribe button, you'll be ready for that. And also we'll be doing some live stuff on TikTok.
Right. I was about to say I was going to tell the fans maybe next episode or episode down the line we're going to relaunch this thing, take it from a different angle, give y'all something different next time we come out. Within the next 2 weeks, we're working on something over here on YouTube and over there on TikTok. So it's some to change, and like NXT did back in the day with the NXT 2.0 is going to be Turnbuckle Talk 2.0.
Yeah, yep. Hey man, way to sell that, brother. So I appreciate you being on, man, and appreciate everybody who tuned in. Again, like, subscribe, notification bell, share. Sharing is caring. Reggie, appreciate the time, man. Let's do it again. King of the Ring.
Hey, it's Spivey. You got to get on here, man. Spit some of that old knowledge about the NWA too.
Oh yeah, and we're gonna do our Black Friday episode too. So
okay.
Yeah. So we good, man. All right, he's Reggie. He's Reggie. I'm 411. Turnbuckle Talk.
Peace.